And welcome back inside the Backstage Pass. It is show number 2. We love doing them back to back from every time we get a chance to do that. Every now and then we'll do that. Thanks to Kaylee and Nicole for coming on here on the Backstage Pass. Make sure you guys go check her out at KayleeNicole.com. And of course, show number 2 today as we do this Texas two-step. I love to say it. If you want a two-step, there's a great EP out there for you right now as we're presented by our friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Frontera is out there across all the digital platforms. It came out at the end of September. And the singer, songwriter, she's done it all. And she's kind of one of those new faces on the country music circuit. And Frontera, she brings it out in the total package. As Valerie Ponzio joins us here on the Backstage Pass. Valerie, how you doing?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. And I'm just excited to have you too, because I'm going to start right there with the first song off of that. Frontera is a great EP, and people need to go check it out if they haven't already on the digital side. Of course, stream it and get those numbers up through the roof, no doubt. Man, you guys did a great job with the music video Desert Rain, and you guys led off the EP with that very song. It's been a huge success already for you guys ever since you guys released it as a single and put it on that EP. Tell us all about Desert Rain and this EP is fabulous. It really is.
Yeah, no, it's been a really busy release cycle for me. The busiest I've had. I've been able to be on this program with that M Theory Management Services company partnered with CMT. And so CMT has really been kicking in and just bumping me up a lot, and they premiered my Just a Border Town video in Times Square as well as the Desert Rain video. And so that's been so amazing, like just being able to have that kind of reach. I was able to go to New York and see Just a Border Town, so that was really cool. I've never seen my face in Times Square before, so that was but better than seeing my face was seeing my grandma's face, because she was in the music video for Just a Border Town. And so that it was just such a great experience. But yeah, it's been really, really busy. Those are some songs that I've had. I on the red carpet last night, people asked me what I've been working on, and I just was like, I just sing a lot about where I'm from. From actually singing about my hometown to singing about the desert rain of my hometown, and it's just part of me, and it's something I just find myself defaulting to is who I am and where I'm from. So that's been the reoccurring theme with everything, and it'll probably be like that for my whole career. But yeah, it's been really exciting. It's been really cool.
Well, it should be. And I want to know more about kind of your upbringing. How did you kind of know when this calling was going to be there, for you, when it came down to just knowing that music was the calling? And you mentioned about having the Hispanic heritage and, of course, Latino, the roots and country, and you're really bringing it out on this EP, Frontera. I mentioned in your lyrics, and it's very beautiful storytelling. And I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to in the industry and that I've felt, but just by listening to the songs, can really feel the meaning in your lyrics and stuff like that. Tell me about your upbringing and kind of when you knew you were going to shape it with becoming a female country artist.
I grew up musical, just constant. I was always singing since I was a child. So, but I was very fortunate to have a very musical family and a very supportive musical family as well. So going into music as I grew up wasn't something that was an obstacle. It wasn't something that was challenged or questioned. It was championed. So that was very fortunate for me. But, country music I grew up on all styles. I was influenced by all styles. My brother and sister, whatever they listened to, I listened to. But my mom would be like always kind of in and out with a lot of country music. And in the 2000s, when the Chicks were huge and Shania Twain, like I loved the country pop like divas, the crossover divas. I love their vocals, and so that was big for me in shaping where I'm at now. And I dove into country music after the passing of my brother about 11 years ago. It was just what I had to hear on nonstop. I just wanted to listen to country music, and that's what comforted me in my grief. And so that really shifted me a lot in where I'm at now. Is just I really went full throttle into the genre. I'd always done like kind of country singer-songwriter, folk, acoustic vibes, but just really immersing myself happened at that juncture. And so I've just been really, it's shaped my songwriting, it shaped my pursuit, my everything. So that's why I'm here in Nashville. So life is interesting like that, how the twists and turns, you know.
It does take you on a wild ride, and I remember following your story very much on The Voice and hearing you do a great song in The Ring of Fire, which was man, blew me out of the water. Tell us about that experience. I mean, it's been around now, 22nd season of it too, and some more
Mm-hmm.
great talent on it this season as well. But to me, it's the best. I'm not afraid to say it either. There's great stuff out there, but with the coaches and with the process they put an artist through trying to get their name out there, their brand, their songs, things like that, and the coaching you receive from Blake and of course the John Legend, all the coaches that have been on there. Tell me about that whole experience and how that kind of shaped you as an artist too.
The Voice was, yeah, it was such a whirlwind. It was my first time really stepping into a very, very big, far-reaching stage. I mean, television, like national television, The Voice is huge. So my nerves were pretty, that I think that your nerves getting challenged like that is in and of itself an amazing lesson. I was so like it was just so much. But I think that what was the best thing that The Voice offered me, and I think just does in general, is really that blind audition and taking a song and really, it's such a, you know, I think if anyone goes to music school or takes vocal lessons, they should emulate a blind audition from The Voice, because I had to make Ring of Fire my own. And what a lot of people don't know is that they actually choose the song for you. So you don't really choose your song. You let them know who your influences are, and you let them know who, you know, who your favorite artists are. So of course, Johnny Cash was all over
Mm-hmm.
my influences and favorite artists, but I still didn't know. So was Sheryl Crow, you know, so was Shania Twain. They take that and they say, okay, we're going to give you this. And so for me, I was like, okay, immediately, how do I make this song fit me, fit whatever I need to show them? So I just went to work and I turned it into a little bit more of an Americana version.
Mm-hmm.
I played around with it a lot before I presented it. And so that to me helped me grow a lot of like how I artistically approach music. And really, I think that's why I had success with A Four-Chair Turn. It was mostly because I do what you do in country music, is that
Mm-hmm.
you storytell. And I wanted to figure out, how do I storytell in this like 90 seconds I have of a cover song, you know? And so that in and of itself, but there's so many other things, but I feel like that was
Mm-hmm.
the biggest thing to me. That was the biggest challenge that was helpful for me as an artist. But it was great. I'm so happy I got to do it. Blake's such a nice guy. He's a really, I really like him a lot. He's a good guy.
Yeah, one of my friends is doing it right now on there too, and we've had her featured on the show a few times. And good luck to her as the live start next week. Morgan Miles, she's doing some really cool things on there. So one of my best
Nice.
friends, and love her stuff. And I've already predicted her the winners. I predicted you to go very far too. So I like making these predictions on the show because it's just I just know great vocals when I hear it. Well, time to hear some of those vocals here on the show again. Fronteras, the beautiful EP out there from Valerie. Make sure you guys go. Check it out. Take my word for it too, because that's just what I do for a living here. So take my word on the music side of things when I give album reviews. This is one of the best EPs out there on the market right now, and it will make you get up and dance, no doubt. Especially when you hear Orale, when you hear that one out there too from Valerie. It's a beautiful song too. That's my favorite off of there. I'm not afraid to admit it. So up
Wow.
first, what did you want to do?
Well, I was thinking I would do Just a Border Town, maybe.
All right,
Yeah, I think I'll kick it off with that.
here we go.
Cactus and tumbleweeds, grass out on the breeze, dirt roads running along the Rio Grande, just a West Texas map dot with a flat mesa backdrop. Whole lot of nothing, then you drive right past. May not look like much, but hey, I'll tell you what. It taught me how to work hard, how to love with all my heart. My roots run deep in this dry desert ground. It's where I learned to pray and never be ashamed of the people who raised me, and it makes me proud. No, I couldn't see it before, but this place is so much more than just a border town. get gone to the big world way beyond those Circle K Saturdays and Friday night lights. When this place wrote my story, still writing it for me, and it's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. It taught me how to work hard, how to love with all my heart. My roots run deep in this dry desert ground. It's where I learned to pray and never be ashamed of the people who raised me, and it makes me proud. No, I couldn't see it before, but this place is so much more than just a border town. May not look like much, but hey, it's where I'm from. It taught me how to work hard, how to love with all my heart. My roots run deep in this dry desert ground. It's where I learned to pray and never be ashamed of the people who raised me, and it makes me proud. No, I couldn't see it before, but this place is so much more than just a border town. Just a border town. Yeah. Just a border town.
That song makes you smile, no doubt. I can resonate with it so much out there too. And a lot of people, I played it for some people at work today. I said, yeah, this is the real deal. You make it just so effortlessly, so flawlessly. It's just beautifully done. And love everything about that song. Again, Frontera out there all across the digital platforms with Valerie out there. Valerie Ponzio joining us here on the Backstage Pass. We'll have another performance here in just a little bit. But guys, go check it out. How much fun was the music video to do with that song?
It was fun. It was so busy. We really just we did it, you know, pretty low budget, and just we had a great videographer who was really interested in filming it. And he flew to El Paso, and we just tried to hit all the spots. And so we didn't have like, you know, a setup at each location. We were just like, let's go there, let's go there. But that I think was perfect because it really just captured this quick passing essence of El Paso. And like I mentioned, my grandma, we walked around the neighborhood she grew up in, the Segundo Barrio, and it was really special to be able to do that, and then for it to be on Times Square. I mean, like, come on, incredible.
Love that one. And Desert Rain, we talked about at the beginning. Another great music video you guys can check out wherever you download or stream music out there too. We'll take a quick time out. We're still not done with the EP. I Could Fall in Love is one of the songs off of there too, and I'm going to ask her about my favorite too, and dive more into the Orale out there too at the same time, which is a good dance song, a great country song out there. You guys have to hear it too. Maybe she'll play it today. You never know. Like I said,
you
second
know,
song today.
I think we talked about it. We should
probably have you. It's a great song, no doubt. Maybe it's moved driving the Subaru today to work, and I was just like, man, this is what I wanted for the weekend, especially to kick back, have a glass of Bangtail whiskey, and like I said, big live shows are out there coming up this weekend. So make sure you find the concert in your area too that you want to go to. And of course, there's Nashville. There's always something going on with it being CMA week up there after the great 56th annual award show last night. We'll take a time out for our sponsors. More with Valerie here. It is the Backstage Pass live on the YouTube channel and powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com. We'll have some good sports stuff coming up with football, baseball, basketball. We're always writing at the website and having fun out there too with sports and music there too at the same time. More with Valerie. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And of course, tomorrow we're taking off a little bit. A nice weekend for that Bangtail whiskey. And of course, I'm going to take my kid up to Santa Land, I think up in the Bryan College Station area here in Texas. So I've heard a lot of cool things about that. And just kind of enjoy the weekend, play some of Valerie's music and enjoy it in the Subaru and get up there and just enjoy a last 3-day weekend out of town and listen to Frontera. That sounds good to me. I like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And again, the episodes of the Backstage Pass can be found archived at the website, the sportsguyspodcast.com, powered by that very website. And also, too, you guys can check out the Easy Liquor app to get a glass of beverage or the whole bottle of Bangtail whiskey, which is out there in selected markets and available in Tennessee at a few bars. And make it your holiday drink at bangtail.com or our good friends at Easy Liquor, easyliquor.com, and do some online shopping. That's the best way we've gone now with the 21st century there too. Back here with Valerie Ponzio on the Backstage Pass, and definitely, again, love the EP. So I'm going to dive into it here, and then we can have you play it. Orale makes you want to dance, have a good time, and this had to be a great fun concept to come up with this song, right?
Yeah. I mean, we say orale a lot where I'm from,
Yeah.
which is it means kind of like hell yeah, and or like let's go, let's do this.
Let's go.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, I've always thought of like, that's such a sentiment that I want to capture and share with people and just celebrate with people who know what it is too. So that's kind of how Orale came about. And I just kind of wanted to talk about what is a night in El Paso. And there's a funny story about my family. When I say it's a barrio kind of party, my family was just hanging out, and like my cousin's truck was in the driveway, and his wife was like, Joe, move the truck so we can dance. And so it's like he moves the truck, and like then the driveway is now a dance floor. And that's just how we turned it into a party night, didn't know if that's where it was going to go, but move the truck, we have a dance floor. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was just a lot of capturing just what I grew up with and what fun and celebration and love means to me in the borderland.
Mm-hmm. That's a great song, no doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll have you play one now. Is that the one we should do, or should we do
Let's
something?
Do that one. I think we need to. You
made me smile. It's almost the weekend too, so everybody needs to get up and kind of let's go, let's do this, let's have fun. That's what this song is all about, having fun, no doubt. It's all yours.
There we go. I just been waiting awake to see you tonight. We both know that now is the time. Yeah, it's feeling so right. It's a body kind of party, dance floor in the driveway night. They got this and tequilas. I just wanna feel you, baby. Orale, I want you. Orale, I want you to dance with me. Orale, keep moving. Orale, keep moving your body. Yeah. I see it in your eyes, you feel the same. Don't be shy, come on, just say orale. Just say orale. I've been watching and hoping for you to make him move. Oh baby, I know just what to do if you come on over through. Yeah. It's a barrio kind of party, dance floor in the driveway night. They got theirs and tequilas. I just wanna feel you, baby. Orale, I want you. Orale, I want you to dance with me. Orale, keep moving. Orale, keep moving your body. Yeah. I see it in your eyes, you feel the same. Don't be shy, come getting older. Let go just a little more. Baby, come closer. Take a step on the dance floor. The night isn't over. Let go just a little more. Orale, I want you. Orale, I want you to dance with me. Orale, keep moving. Orale, keep moving your body. Yeah. I see it in your eyes, you'll be shy. Don't be shy, come on, just say orale. Just say orale. Orale, yeah, yeah.
I love that song. I'm gonna say that again and again and again here on the Backstage Pass. And that will say this too. That's a challenge to sing that song. That is not an easy song.
It is a challenge. You know, I write these songs and I'm like, okay, Val, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Let's dial it back sometimes. But then you know, on a big stage, and it can be like, it's just so much fun to kind of just be like singing out, but then you dial it down and you're like, okay, this is a lot.
It takes it out of you too. No, job well done there. I Could Fall in Love, which kind of ends the EP there, which again, and also too, I'm gonna talk about the album cover. Y'all did a beautiful album cover, just draped in this beautiful red dress and coming across, looks like you're on a beach. You're just out there kind of looking down, and there's not a care in the world, but just kind of like that relaxing feel out there too. Tell us about the song first, I Could Fall in Love, and kind of how you guys wrap that up and chose that to kind of wrap up this 4-song EP.
So I Could Fall in Love. I love Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm from, we love her so much, and I just wanted to really kind of pay tribute to her. And I feel like where I'm at in country music, she's actually been very inspirational for me. So I was like, how can I just show that I love her so much. I'm so appreciative to who she was, what she contributed, and where I'm at in country. And I was like, do a country version, a super country version of one of her songs. And so I Could Fall in Love was written by Keith Thomas, who's a Nashville songwriter. And it just lent itself. Like I have other songs that I love of hers that I would love to countrify, but that one just really lent itself to a country version. And so that's how I came to pick that one. I mean, I could, if I could, I would probably just do a whole album of country Selena covers. but yeah, that's what I started with. And I really love how it came out. We worked with a great producer on it, and there was a lot of effort of just capturing the essence of what we were trying to capture from the song. And so I'm really pleased with where it came. I keep wanting it to have more life. So I just feel like people who hear it and understand this particular place of being Latin and loving Selena and just all the countries, they really lock in with it, you know? So it's a song I'm really proud of.
Tell me about the experience last night with the 56th annual CMA Awards. I saw some just beautiful pictures on your social media out there too. So many great fans, of course, great athletes in attendance, and definitely, singers, songwriters, the whole 9 yards. I mean, that is the biggest event of the year, Nashville's biggest night. And how was that for you?
It was great. I got to, talk to people on the red carpet. Like I got to be interviewed. And I just feel like so the last time I was at the CMAs actually was 5 years ago, but I was interviewing people. I was interviewing the artists. I did a Latina magazine takeover, social media takeover. Okay. So I was just pulling out, I got to talk to so many people. They were country artists are generally really nice. And I was just I was the interviewer. So walking it as the non-interviewer was really cool and interesting and really nice for me to be able to do and share a bit about what I'm doing, where I'm at. And then just seeing, it's really magical. It's really just cool to see all the characters, in their get up. It's fun. I had a blast. I really had a blast. And like I said, the talent is just, man, it's just such extreme talent. And that's always so refreshing to hear at an award show.
I think the favorite part for me was, and of course they all had their highlights, a tribute to Loretta at the beginning, several favorite parts. I can't just say one, Alan Jackson, of course, getting the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award.
Mhm.
And it's just him up there doing the best he can. And Don't Rock the Jukebox. And then, of course, definitely looking back, the Carly Pierce tribute to Loretta with that song she wrote was
Mhm.
wow. It's like three
Yeah.
chords and the truth. And that's what Loretta grew up on. And, you mentioned that classic country. I talked to Lori Morgan on the show last week, and she said,
Right.
I hope it's making a comeback. I really do. And I feel like there are some people out there. You've kind of got that feel. You're putting the vibe on it with your stuff. And then Luke Combs and of course, our Texas own boy, Cody Johnson. That performance was
Yes.
amazing on Till You Can't, which is one of the best song of the year voted by the CMAs. So a
Mhm.
little bit of everything. And I think country music is very healthy with male and female artists. It's in good hands right now. It really is.
Yeah, Luke Combs was right. It was such a refreshing night of real country music, and the tributes, not just the tributes, but yeah, there is a shift. I think you're right. I think there's a real innovative. It's like bringing back the tradition, but there's a lot of in doing that. I feel like a lot of innovation at the same time in kind of restoring and upholding that essence of country music, and in like someone like Luke Combs and Lainey Wilson, and then oh my gosh, Chris Stapleton.
Oh yeah,
Patty Loveless. Oh my gosh, it was
yeah,
mind blasting.
yeah. Patty, just again, that's I'd be here all day critiquing vocals and things like that too at the same time. It just shows you what the all-time greats are there for a reason. The all-time greats. Patty Love was enough said right there. As far as
It was like I know, of course, I know that they're great, right? That, but like in person, and then being just like taken to a whole other existential level.
Yeah, you're right. Out of body experience. Yeah. That's what it made me feel. I was just the jaw dropped. I looked at my wife and was watching and just go, yeah, Patty Loveless, and then of course Chris, and then I mean I had no words. She goes, "That's the first time you're speechless." I just went, "I'm listening to the song. The song's telling a beautiful story, and it really just blew my mind away. I can imagine only what it was like in person there compared to watching it on television too. Hey, I love to wrap up doing this and having a lot of fun. Again, Frontera is the latest EP. You guys go check it out across all the digital platforms, stream music, and give her a visit at ValeriePonzio.com for the tour dates, merchandise, things like that. You guys can go support an artist, especially for holiday season, and go grab some of that great gear out there too. And like I said, give us the feedback on everything. We'd love to hear from you on social media out there too. All right, what's I probably know an answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. For me, like I said, I married a beautiful Hispanic lady from San Antonio, Texas, a beautiful baby girl. Now she's almost 3 years old. So looking back, it's like, man, when I just want something for food, I just go right to Mexican food, no matter where it comes from. I love tacos. I love everything out there. Now for you, I'm sure it's a variety of things, but for me, my go-to thing is always beef enchiladas. I love them. Can't put them down.
Beef enchiladas. Okay.
With the chili gravy, either the sauce or something like that. What is it, something you like to home cook or you like to do takeout? Is it a variety of foods, or we're talking about going right to what you grew up on?
Like in Mexican food or just food in general?
Just food in general. It doesn't have to be Mexican food. It could be anything. If I know for me, it was always growing up with Italian food. So that was kind of my thing. But then I married her and it was like, she's a great cook of enchiladas. She's a great cook of all different types of food and pasta included. But no, it could be food in general.
For me, what's hard to come by here, like if I was living in El Paso, this probably wouldn't be on my list, but because I don't live in El Paso, if someone were to say, you get to have any comfort food you want, it would be a chile relleno from the borderland, because I don't get to have those. Right. Again, if I was in El Paso, I could have it anytime I want. Like here, it's like so much more sacred. So yeah, I mean, I would cancel all my plans to just have a chile relleno. Like just the beautiful batter, fried just right with the chili and the cheese. That's it. Yeah.
It makes you hungry, no doubt. It's almost supper time too here on the show. Yeah. We got my buddy David tuning in all the way over in England. He tunes in from time to time in Cumbria, England. He asked this question. He says, Valerie, watching from Cumbria there. Tell me about the guitar you're using, Valerie, and how important is the guitar to you when you're writing and performing?
Well, yes. Thank you for the question. This is a Taylor, and it saved my life because when I got it, I was doing a lot of touring across the country, And I had good guitars, and they were just failing me. They couldn't last through the weather that I was going. And I guess I don't even know where I was going, but it was just like kind of a nightmare. So I got this guitar, and she's been like so solid for me. So it is very important for writing. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this guitar has helped. Like, it's really like just I feel more confident performing with such a solid guitar, and I feel like it really does affect your writing. I think to have an instrument where you're like, you're not going to fail me, and it just brings out the best that I could want from an acoustic. So yes, I love this guitar.
Appreciate the question, David. Always good question there on the backstage pass too, no doubt. Let me ask you about this one. When it comes to that big Powerball last week, I did not buy a ticket just because I knew I heard a stat of like it was 1 in 292 million that somebody would have a chance to actually match all 6 numbers there. But let's say you had played and won. What's the first thing you would have done with the big jackpot?
Oh, I would have made sure I hired a lawyer.
That's a good one. I've not heard that, but that's a good choice.
Yeah, I would, before I buy anything, before I tell anyone, I would just get a lawyer.
And maybe somebody was telling me the other day that the person that won it out in California was near that, whatever that 1 point, whatever billion it was, near 2 billion. I was like, what about some, it becomes public that you won it. What about going and get some of the best security guards in the business to like
100%
guard your house? And I mean, you're I'm gonna say life's at stake, but people know you have all that money. Accidents can happen.
Oh, they do. I mean, not to take it to I honestly, I think I saw a TikTok or something about all the things that happen with lottery winners. So I think that's why I said lawyer. Also, I think you can make it anonymous. So maybe this would be the first thing I do. I think you have to do a thing to make sure before you claim it, to make sure it's anonymous or something like that, so that people don't know. So, I would do whatever that is.
Joe Blow out of the whatever and put a fake name on or whatever, match your ticket and you'll be anonymous.
Yes.
You're right about the lawyer and to get some bodyguards. It's probably the first thing I would have done with the money instead of going. I just spend it out there too at the same time. All right. Last show you got to binge watch. What was your favorite?
Oh gosh, I binge watched way too much, more than I'd like to. Okay, last show I binge watched was The Devil in Ohio on Netflix.
That's a good one.
It was great. It was. I thoroughly. I just renewed my Netflix subscription. I left it. I divorced Netflix for a little bit, and I was like, okay, I think I've done the runaround enough, and let's get back. Let's get back for a little while. And I discovered some great shows. So yeah, The Devil in Ohio was. It was good.
Good stuff. All right. Favorite flavor of ice cream and favorite movie or movies growing up?
I love, oh my God. Well, I love Jenny's ice cream. It's a problem for me.
I haven't had it yet, but I need to.
Oh yeah. I think they're everywhere. But not like, they're in Texas for sure. I just don't know exactly where. They're definitely not in El Paso, but, the flavor from Jenny's that I love is probably ooey gooey butter cake. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, sounds good.
No, it's birthday cake. It's birthday cake. And then favorite movie growing up, I loved Back to the Future, and I loved it's kind of a little cult classic. Not everyone knows it. The movie Clue. I was obsessed with the movie Clue. But yeah.
Remember that one? I do.
Back to the Future, probably more so.
Hey, one of my favorite series too, no doubt too. I love this music. I knew it was going to be hit the nail on the head right there, and just knock it out of the ballpark too at the same time. And I'm in a good mood because, like I said, I'm off tomorrow and a 3-day weekend coming up here too as well. And I'm going to be jamming out to this album just in a few minutes when I get in the car to go pick up my little one from school. I'm going to do it again. I looped it about 5 times today. You need to go loop this album. I'm not kidding, guys. Frontera. Feel the dance music. Feel the power for vocals coming out too at the same time. ValeriePonzio.com. Also check out there for the latest in the tour dates. And of course, go grab Frontera across all the digital platforms. Hey, fun to catch up and looking forward to doing this again. Hope you had a great time.
Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This was a blast.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Love to hear that too here. Off tomorrow next week. He won American Idol 2022. Noah Thompson's going to come by here. He's doing some great shows with Hunter Girl there in Nashville too right now. So be sure and check him out. And then a whole host of shows coming up over the next few weeks. I got to go back and look at my schedule to figure out who's coming on, the times, the dates, but stay tuned to the YouTube channel and, of course, the sportsguyspodcast.com. Appreciate the audience tuning in, and check out ValeriePonzio.com and go get Frontera across all the digital platforms. We're back Monday with Noah Thompson here. It is the Backstage Pass. Until then,